Our first scene begins in a classroom. These are a group of young people about to wrap up their school day. There is one child you will notice right away. Jesse is one of our main characters tonight. You will notice the difference in Jesse. You may know a child like Jesse for real. After school, we will also follow Jesse home, where you see why that he is the way he is. Let's see what's going on.
Go ahead and begin working on your homework before the bell rings. Jesse, can you come here for a minute, please? Is everything okay? You just don't seem to be acting like yourself.
I'm fine.
Are you sure? You know that you can tell me anything.
I know. I will.
Go ahead and finish your homework. Class, y'all have a good day.
Dad, we come. Oh. Hi, Dad. What's up?
Nothing.
I'm to sleep again. Will you come outside and play some football with me? We haven't done that in a long time.
No, can't you see that I'm busy?
Sorry, I've been waiting.
Dad, what are you doing? Don't you know how dangerous this is? I wish you wouldn't do it, especially with me and the kids around.
It's my life. I'll do whatever I want to. Don't affect you anyway.
It does affect me and them. Look at you. I mean, look what we're living in. Please, we need you to stop this.
Best thing for you to do is keep your nose out of it. I told you, it's my life. I'll do whatever I want to.
Whatever, fine.
As you can see, Jesse and Landon do not have a very good home environment. Their dad has a meth lab right there in the kitchen of their home. Landon has done the best he can to convince his dad that making and using methamphetamines is wrong. But his father's mind is clouded with drugs, and he doesn't see that it's wrong or affecting Landon and Jesse's life on such a catastrophic level. His dad's drug use has really started to affect Landon's views on life also. This child used to be a positive thinker. He believed he could do anything and achieve all his dreams in life. Landon feels he has no one to trust. He has never known God, and now his parents are fading away right before his eyes. Not only that, but because of what's going on in his head, he has pushed away all his real friends and started hanging out with the wrong ones. After the fight with his dad, Landon stormed out to where a few of his friends are hanging out. Let's go in and see what they're talking about.
Yeah, my dad's beating my mom again. Sleeping bruises and making all this extra watch.
I think that's bad. My best friend just stole my boyfriend from me and I was standing right there.
You want to trade? My dad's cooking meth again in the living room. Right there in front of me, my little brother. And my little brother, he's getting all these little sores all over him. And when he goes to school, all these little kids just make fun of him. It's not like we can help it. Our dad don't care about us. And our mom, she stays passed out all the time. And our dad, he's seeing stuff all the time, hearing noises. He threw an umbrella out the window the other day because he thought it was a snake. Oh, in our house, oh, it's a piece of crap. Oh, and get this, our water's getting turned off.
Here, dude, take this. It'll make you feel a whole lot better.
I don't know.
Just take it.
I got some pills out in the car.
I don't know.
Come on, I took one last night. All those problems you was talking about will just melt away. Anybody got water?
Landon decided to follow in his dad's footsteps instead of saying no to the drugs he was offered. This happens daily more than we realize. Kids think that if their parents are doing it, then why shouldn't they? Hopefully something will happen for Landon before his life is taken over by the devil and the drugs. In our next scene, Jesse has finally convinced his older brother to take him to the local church on Sunday morning. The church service has already begun, but we can sneak in and sit and see what's going on.
It's 5:17. Says, therefore, if any man be in Christ, he is a new creature. Old things are passed away, behold, all things become new. At this time, I'd like to give you the opportunity to give your testimony.
I'd like to give my testimony and share about my struggle with a drug problem that I had, and the Lord has been wanting me to do it for some time now, and I've been too chicken to do it. And I feel like there's someone in here that could really benefit from what I have to say. My dad is a minister, and I was raised in church. I was there every time the door opened, and you know, my mom and dad didn't do drugs or drink or cuss or any of that, so I was never exposed to any of that. I had a pretty sheltered child life and childhood, and I was, you know, pretty, for the most part, a good kid. I made good grades in school, and I had good friends, and when I got into high school, there was this girl that I started hanging around with that was a year older than I was. And she had her driver's license, and I started hanging around with her, and I thought, you know, that was really cool, you know, because high school was all about image and being cool and all that stuff, and she kind of had a reputation for her, and, you know, I wanted that reputation. So I started hanging around with her, and we were at her house one night, and her brother asked us if we wanted to smoke some marijuana with him. And I had never seen it, I'd never smelled it, you know, any of that. And I tried it, and, you know, it didn't do anything for me. And I wanted to be able to go to school and tell people, you know, I'd smoked a joint. I guess I thought that would make me cool. But anyway, I tried smoking it a couple times after that, and eventually I got high off of it. And, you know, I liked the way that it made me feel. And I started, you know, when you're doing drugs, you're exposed to all different kinds of people. You meet all kinds of people. And I was introduced to pills, and I started taking all kinds of pills. And I just, you know, I liked the way that they made me feel. And so, you know, I was 15 years old, and every day I was doing something. I was smoking, drinking, taking pills, something. I was messed up every day. And, you know, at home, my personality changed. I wasn't the same person, you know, that my family knew me as. I was mean and secretive, and I'd snap their heads off. And, you know, I lied about who I hung around with and where I was going and what I was doing. You know, I'd go home and lock myself in my room. And, you know, my personality changed. And I think that my mom and dad, my mom, I think part of her kind of knew that, you know, you don't want to think about your kids doing drugs. So she was, I guess, kind of in denial and just didn't want to believe it. And at school, you know, I was failing. My teachers and my principals all knew that I was using drugs. I skipped school all the time, stayed in Saturday school all the time, and, you know, I was just a bad kid. I had that reputation that I sought out for. I got it. And so I ended up quitting school in the 11th grade, and I started going to Wallace, and, you know, things were a little bit back to normal. I stopped hanging around with that crowd. I was doing really good. I was excited about going to college, and I ran into this guy that I went to school with and hadn't seen him in a while, and I went with him to his house, and there was another guy there, and they were all smoking crank, and or methamphetamine, or whatever you want to call it. And I had never, I'd heard a lot about that drug, but